Hello and welcome to Web3 TV. I'm Lisa Amnegard, and today we are at the Future Sustainability Forum held right here in the heart of Dubai. Joining me right now is Chirag Shah, CEO of Yadeam. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Lisa. It's all pleasure is mine.
How's the day been so far?
Day has been hectic, talking to a lot of people, but very interesting. Very interesting.
It's been a great day. I've been seeing so many different companies from banks to various sectors here, so it's really interesting.
Very interesting, and talking to like-minded people always helps. It's more learning now.
Yeah, and especially in Dubai where the topic of sustainability is at the forefront.
True.
And today's forum is especially about shaping the future economy, shaping the green economy. And Yadeam has been spearheading this space. So can you tell me a little bit more about what you're doing?
Absolutely. And I pick up what you told, right? Shaping up future sustainability economy. And that's why Yadeam came from two major aspects. We always felt there's a huge vacuum of getting more green minds to drive the sustainability journey. And that's why Yadeam is coming out with an education platform at a school level to start teaching sustainability, meeting the regulations which are happening in GCC and India and other countries.
So I think that's really important just because many companies might not necessarily know what they can do to be more sustainable.
Absolutely.
So education is always the foundation to sort of bring sustainability more to the forefront.
True, absolutely. And take a classic example, Lisa, is if my child is scoring 60 percentile, we push them to become 90 percentile, which is practically not possible after a point. But there is lack of awareness where we can tell these parents and students there is a lot of job employment opportunity in sustainability. I call it as an industry.
Yeah.
Because there's always need of green minds, right, to drive the journey.
And that's why planet better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And today's millennials, Gen Zs, or the children are talking about that. So why not we educate them and give them a meaningful roadmap on what they can do. So that's one of the ventures. We are trying to talk to a lot of regulators to push this in. And second vacuum, what we found, and basically is very important, is on the green financing.
Yeah, no, that's what I really wanted to talk to you about, because you've now been around for a year. So what kind of problem are you solving when it comes to green finance?
Excellent. So we have been talking to a lot of borrowers. We are talking to a lot of investors. And I would not say investors are only banks. There are a lot of private equities. There are venture funds, HNIs, family offices who wants to invest, but they don't know the right projects where to invest, right? So if I get a project which is complying to sustainability, there has to be framework, there has to be audit tools will assess that project and tell the investors, yeah, here it is. We have solved your 70% problem of assessing a project. And look, if you want to invest in this, and borrowers, I met a lot of borrowers in this forum who are looking for funding and they don't know the right source. So the problem area is, creating a marketplace where we can get borrowers and lenders together so that we are matchmaking them.
Kind of like the Uber, but for green finance.
Absolutely. Very nicely put. And that's where we are coming out with a tech platform, sort of an exchange where borrowers can list their projects. We help them assessing them on various AI-based tools and then evaluate, audit it, and give them a certification or not certification. We can say, okay, this project is ready to invest.
And this is what I find very interesting. So you're using AI to sort of evaluate these metrics.
Sure.
So when it comes to, let's say, making our world more sustainable, what role do you see AI having in that?
I saw a lot of speakers talking about AI today. The first and foremost important thing is, so when we say we want to be net zero, practically, right? We say 2030, 2040. Every industry contributes X percentage to that, right? And based on the industry, your carbon emissions and your net zero target changes. So AI helps over there to evaluate an industry-specific requirement of meeting net zero targets, number one. Number two, you want to have industry benchmarks. You need comparatives. You need to keep on saying or telling the entrepreneurs or people who are running this journey of sustainability
Yeah.
that where they are going wrong, where they are going right, and that's where AI tools practically help them. It requires a lot of maturity on the AI front,
Yeah,
also
yeah.
on the sustainability side, but it's all beyond carbon accounting and other aspects which is going on right now.
Yeah, yeah. But if we really think about, let's say, what you're doing at Yadeam, you're sort of doing what, let's say, a consultant would do, sort of gathering all the data and then advising
Absolutely.
either the bank or the client, okay, this
Absolutely.
is a project worth investing
True.
in.
True.
But AI obviously can do that much faster.
Absolutely.
But if we solely think about the sustainability aspect, where AI also takes a lot of energy,
Energy, yeah, absolutely.
is it a double-edged sword?
So that's a very good point, Lisa. And though I'm a big advocate of AI, but I feel AI also contributes back to sustainability issues, as far as energy is concerned. So the usage of AI has to be limited to few aspects. Probably you can't leave everything on AI after a point. And another very important point I feel is all the sustainability projects are passion driven. You know, if you start tomorrow a company which is into sustainable clothing,
Yeah.
I have a friend who invested in a project where you use old shoes and soles to make a sustainable footwear, right? It requires a lot of passion to drive it
Yeah.
eventually. And AI can contribute to some extent on the data gathering and comparatives and evaluation, but it has to be a lot of intervention where human is required
Yeah.
to evaluate the project, to try to understand to what extent AI can number one help, number two, what accurate data you want for the comparatives and how we can do it. So yeah, there has to be a way where we use AI, but at a limited way, practically. I agree with you.
Yeah, no, I think that's something to just have in mind now that more people are using AI in their day-to-day business.
Absolutely.
And just finally, when it comes to the future of Yadeem, what can we see? What are some visions you have going forward?
Excellent. So we have a 4 years roadmap on the platform side. We are coming out with various platforms or modules, I would say, starting with education, green financing exchange, audit and assessment tool, ESG data capturing, and reporting. We want to cover the entire ecosystem of sustainability and get everybody on a single platform at a marketplace. And we see future better if the borrowers are able to get to the right investors. More green minds are created through education. I would want students who are in 10 years old, 11th year old, after 10 years, talk about sustainability and try to find jobs and meaningful employment over here. So I hope
Yeah, I
the
hope
future is
so
good.
too. Yeah, I hope so too. And if anybody wants to reach out to you or know more about you, what's the best way to find you?
I'm on LinkedIn. They can reach out to my email, which is chirag@yadeem.com. My cell numbers are there.
Yeah.
More than happy to answer or help, in whatever best I can.
Well,
For
thank
sure.
you so much for joining me on Web3 TV. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Likewise, Lisa, and thank you for talking to me. Appreciate it.
And thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with more interviews.